Hi Grange Park. So today we're going to be looking at chapter 8 of Kensuke's Kingdom, and it's called Everyone Dead in Nagasaki. So there's the first page of it for you. So at the end of the last chapter, Kensuke, Michael and the dog Stella Artois had gone off on a boat trip, and he'd also just been reunited with the football from Eddie. So chapter 8, Everyone Dead in Nagasaki. I was overjoyed. I had found a part of me that I thought I had lost forever. Now, Kensuke said, beaming at me, now you happy person, Mika-san. I happy too. We go fishing. I tell you very soon where I find this ball. Very soon I tell you everything. Little fish, not so good now, not so many. We need big fish sometimes from deep sea. We smoke fish. Then we have always plenty fish to eat, you understand? The outrigger was a great deal heavier than it looked. I helped Kensuke drag it down the beach and into the sea. This is a very good boat, he said, as we lifted Stella in. This boat never go down. I make myself very safe boat. He pushed us off and jumped in. I never ceased to be amazed at his extraordinary agility and strength. He rowed with a single oar, standing in the stern of the boat, more as if he was punting. Very soon we were out beyond the shelter of the cave and into the swell of the open sea. Clutching my beloved football and with Stella at my feet, I sat watching him and waiting for him to begin his story. I knew better than to pester him by now. The fishing came first. We baited our lines and settled silently to our fishing, one over each side of the boat. I was bursting to ask him about the football, but about how he'd found it, but I dared not, for fear he would clam up and say nothing. It was some time before he began, but when he did, it was well worth waiting for. Now I tell you everything, Miss Mika-san, he said. Like I promise. I am old, but it is not a long story. I am born in Japan, in Nagasaki, very big town, by the sea. I grow up in this town. When I young man, I study medicine in Tokyo. Soon I am a doctor, Dr. Kensuke Ogawa, a very proud person. I look after many mothers, many babies too. I first person many babies see in the world. Then I go London. I do studies in London, Guy's Hospital. You know this place? I shook my head. Of course, I learned to speak a little English there. Afterwards, I came back to Nagasaki. I have beautiful wife, Kimi. Then I have little son too, Mikaya. I am a very happy person in those days, but soon war comes. All Japanese men are soldiers now, sailors maybe. I go to the navy. I doctor on a big warship. A fish tugged on his line and took his bait, but not the hook. He went on as he rebaited his hook. This war very long time ago now. I did know something of war with Japan. I had seen it on films, but I knew very little about it. He shook his head. Many die in this war. This war very terrible time. Many ships go down. Japanese army win many battles. Japanese navy win many battles. All Japanese very happy people. Like football. When you win, happy. When you lose, you sad. I go home often. I see Kimi and my little Mikaya in Nagasaki. He grow fast, already big boy. We all very happy family. But war go on long time. Many Americans come. Many ships, many planes, many bombs. Now war is not good for Japan. We fight, but now we lose. Very bad time. We are in the big sea battle. American planes come, my ship is bombed. There is fire and smoke, black smoke. Many men burned, many men dead. Many jump off ship into sea. But I stay. I am doctor. I stay with my patients. Planes come again, many more bombs. I think I am a dead person, this time for sure, but I am not. I look all around the ship. All patients are dead. All the sailors are dead. I am only person alive on ship. But engine is still going. Ship moving on her own. She go nowhere now where she want to go. I cannot turn the wheel. I can do nothing, but I listen to radio. Americans say on radio, big bomb fall on Nagasaki, atomic bomb, many dead. I, very sad person, I think him dead, Micaiah dead. My mother lived there too, all my family, I think they are all dead. Soon radio say Japan surrender, I so sad I want to die. He fished in silence for a while before he began. Soon engine stop, but ship not go down, big wind come, big storm. I think I die for sure, but sea take ship and bring me here on this island. Ship come on to beach, and still I am not dead. Very soon I find food, I find water also. I live like beggar man for a long while. Inside I feel bad person. I think all my friends dead, all my family dead, and I alive. I not want to live, but soon I meet orangutans. Very peaceful. They are kind to me. No war here, no bad people. I say to myself, Kensuke, you very lucky person to be alive. Maybe you stay here. I take many things from this ship. I take food, I take clothes, sheets, I take pots and I take bottles. I take a knife, I take binoculars, I take medicine, I find many things, many tools also. I take everything I find. When Kensuke finished, not much was left on the ship, I tell you. I find cave, I hide all the things in the cave. Soon terrible storm come, and ship go on rocks. Very soon she go down. One day American soldiers come, I hide. I not want to surrender, not honourable thing to do. I very afraid too. I hide in forest with orangutans. Americans make fire on the beach. They laugh in the night. I listen. I hear them. They say everyone dead in Nagasaki. They very happy about this. They laugh. I very sure now I stay on this island. Why go home? Soon Americans, they go away. My ship under water by now. They not find it. My ship still here. Understand now. Part of the island now. The rustling hole I had found that first day on the island. So much was beginning to make sense to me now. A fish took my line suddenly, almost jerking the rod from my grasp. Kensuke leaned across to help me. It took many minutes of heaving to bring the fish to the surface, but between us we managed to haul it in. We sat back exhausted as it floundered at the bottom of the boat at our feet. It was massive, bigger even than the biggest fish I'd ever seen. The pike my father had caught in the reservoir back home. Kensuke dispatched it quickly, a sharp blow to the back of the neck with the hand of his knife. Good fish, very good fish. You very clever fisherman person, Mika. We good together. Maybe we catch more now. But it was many hours before we caught another, though it did not seem like it. Kensuke told me of his life alone on the island, how he had learned to survive, to live off the land. He learned, he said, mostly by watching what the orangutans ate, and what they did not eat. He learned to climb as they did. He learned to understand their language, to heed their warning signals, the darting eyes and the nervous scratching. Slowly he built a bond of trust and became one of them. By the time we made for home that evening, with 3 huge fish in the bottom of the boat, tuna, I think they were, his story was almost finished. He talked on as he rowed. After Americans, no more men come to my island. I alone here many years. I not forget Kimmy. I not forget Micaiah. But I live. Then year ago, maybe, they come. Very bad people, killer men. They have guns. They hunt. They shoot. I sing to my orangutans. They come to me when I sing. They are very frightened. They come all in my cave, and we hide. Killer men not find us, but in forest they shoot. You told me name, gibbon monkeys. They shoot the mothers. They take babies. Why must they do this? I very angry. I think all people killer people. I hate all people. I think I not want to see people again. Then one day I need a big fish to smoke. I go fishing in this boat. Wind blow wrong way. I go far out. Sea pull me away very strong. I try to come back my island. It is no good. I am old. Arms are not strong. When night come I am still far away. I very frightened. I sing. It make me brave. I hear shout. I see light. I think I dream. Then I hear another song in the sea, in the dark. I come quick as I can. I find you and Stella and the ball. You very nearly dead person, Mika-san. Stella very nearly dead dog. So it had been Kensuke who had pulled me from the sea. Kensuke who had saved me. It had simply never occurred to me. In morning, he went on, see bring us again near my island. I very glad you not dead, but I very angry person too. I want to be alone. I not want to see people. For me, all people killer people. I not want you on my island. I carry you. I leave you on the beach. I leave you food. I leave you water so you not die. But you make fire. I want people to stay away. I do not want people find me here on island. Maybe they come. Maybe they shoot orangutan, shoot gibbon monkey. Maybe they find me, take me away too. I'm very angry person. I put out fire. I do not want to speak to you. I don't want to see you. I draw a line in sand. Big storm come, biggest I ever see. After storm, sea full of white jellyfish. I know these jellyfish, very bad. They touch you, you very dead. I know this. I say, do not swim, very dangerous. Very soon I see you make a big fire on top of hill. I think you very wicked person. I'm very angry now. And you very angry too. You swim in sea. Jellyfish sting. I think for sure you dead person. But you very strong. You live. I bring you into cave. I have vinegar. I make from berries. Vinegar kill poison. You live, Mika, for a long time, you very sick boy. You strong again, and we friends now. We very good friends. So that was it, the whole story. He stopped rowing for a while and smiled at me. You are like a son to me now. We happy people. We paint, we fish, we happy, we stay together. You my family now, Mika-san. Yes? Yes, I said. I meant it, and I felt it too. He let me take the oar and showed me how to row his way, standing up, feet planted well apart. It wasn't as easy as he made it look. Clearly he trusted me to get us back, for he sat back in the bow of the outrigger to rest and fell asleep almost at once, his mouth open, his face sunken. He always looked even older when he slept. As I watched him, I tried to picture his face as it must have been when he first came to the island all those years ago, over 40 years. I owed him so very much. He had saved my life twice, fed me and befriended me. He was right. We were happy, and I was his family. But I had another family too. I thought of the last time I had been out in a boat, of my mother and my father, and how they must be grieving for me every day and every night. By now they must surely believe I was drowned, that there was no chance I could be alive. But I wasn't drowned. I was alive. Somehow I had to let them know it. As I struggled to bring the outrigger back to the island that afternoon, I was filled with a sudden powerful longing to see them again, to be with them. I could steal the boat, I thought. I could row away. I could light a fire again. But I knew even as I thought it that I could not do it. How could I ever leave Kensuke now after all he has done for me? How could I betray his trust? I could try to put the whole idea out of my mind, and I really believe I would have too. But the very next morning I found a plastic Coke bottle washed up on the beach, and after the idea of escape came back to me and haunted me day and night, and it would not leave me. For some days I kept the Coke bottle buried under the sand, whilst I wrestled with my conscience, rather justified what I wanted to do. It wouldn't really be a betrayal, not as such, I told myself. Even if the bottle was found, no one would know where it came to. They just know I was alive. I made up my mind I would do it, and do it as soon as I could. Kensuke had gone off octopus fishing. I had stayed behind to finish a shell painting, or so I had told him. I found an old sheet at the bottom of one of his chests and tore away a small corner of it. Then I knelt down at the table and stretched it out and painted my message onto in octopus ink. To the Peggy Sue, Fareham, England. Dear Mum and Dad, I am alive. I am well. I live on an island. I do not know where. Come and find me. Love, Michael. And there's a little message from the post that he's going to put in the bottle. I waited until it was dry. Then I rolled it up, dug my Coke bottle out of the sand, slipped my message and screwed the bottle up tight. I made quite sure Kensuke was still intent on his fishing and set off. I ran the entire length of the island, always to the forest, so that there was no chance Kensuke could see where I was going or what I was up to. The gibbons howled their accusations at me all the way, the entire forest cackling and screeching in its condemnation. I just hoped Stella would not bark back at them, would not betray where I was. Fortunately, she didn't. At last I reached the rocks under Watch Hill. I leaped from the rock to rock until I was standing right at the end of the island, the waves washing over my feet. I looked around me. Stella was the only witness. I hurled the bottle as far out to sea as I possibly could. Then I stood and watched as it bobbed away and out to sea. It was on its way. I didn't touch my fish suit that night. Kensuke thought I was ill. I could hardly talk to him. I couldn't look him in the eye. I lay all night in the deep torment, racked by my guilt, yet at the same time still hoping against hope that my bottle would be picked up. Kensuke and I were at their painting the next afternoon when Stella came paddling towards the cave. She had the Coke bottle in her mouth. She dropped it, looked at me, panting and pleased with herself. Kensuke laughed and reached down to pick it up. I think he was about to hand it back to me when he noticed there was something inside. By the way he looked at me, I was quite sure he knew at once what it was. And there's the picture of the bottle with a lovely turtle there. And chapter 9 is called The Night of the Turtles. So how do you think Kensuke's going to feel about the fact that Michael's sent off a bottle to let everyone know that he's alive on the island? I look forward to chapter 9.